This is Lavanzo Gray, and we're ready to get started today. And uh, this class is strategies on how to survive financially during and after a pandemic. That's the focus of this class, and it's just a combining of other strategies that we normally teach. But this class is specifically uh, related to the pandemic. So the purpose of this class, and it's kind of like global. Uh, I'm trying to develop a model that can be reproduced in every city in America. So in Riverside, we're starting this model, and it is to teach communities on how not to be completely devastated when businesses move out of a community, if the federal government has a shutdown, or if the community is experiencing a pandemic. So that's one of the purposes. And here is what uh, is a fact. Like businesses may shut down, business may move out of community. But I said, but in moving, they can't move the talents, skills, and education of the working class people in that community with them. So many times when a business move out, uh, communities are devastated. Jobs are lost. The resources and product of that business is lost. Mm-hmm. But what we have in that community, we still have the people that live in that community. I'm just trying to get it. Waiting for the host. We have others that are trying to get in, so that's kind of the pause. Now, this is a scripture, this Proverbs 20:27 is a scripture that is hidden out of all of the chapters and verses that are in the Bible. This is a one-time verse. I don't know if there are a lot of people that are trying to, understand this verse. But this verse, as far as I know, is written in the Bible just at this time, at this place. It's kind of like hidden out of all of the other proverbs that are found in the book of Proverbs. So I kind of like paraphrase this book. And this is what I say. And this is not to be negative on any class of people, but this is just the way that it appears in a capitalistic society. The capitalist class rules over the working class, and a borrower can become a slave to credit scores or credit. And for years, this has been the concept or the principle that is very, very vivid in our American society. So when you look at Proverbs 22:7, I just consider that a true statement in the Bible, and that is in there at the permissive will of God. In all of my classes, I talk about saving. So this is my third class. So in all the classes, I have taught about saving. Uh, Economic sustainability begins by developing your own personal saving plan. And when I say this, I'm not saying how much everyone should save, because that depends on your own financial status and what your plans are. But I think that uh, saving is the beginning of how we get out of economic bondage and how we begin to start fending for ourselves, have our own personal saving plan. And I add to that, once you have your own personal saving plan, then you find others, people that you know, family members, working members, whoever it is, that we all have our own personal saving plan. So this is where it all starts. And this is how you're going to be able to survive. This is how we are going to be able to better ourselves in this society. That means that we must develop our own personal saving plan. Now, this is another slide that I have done in all of my presentations. I just added this graphic over here of thinking outside the box. Now, every family, every head of household must know what are your basic needs. What are the basic things that you need from month to month or week to week, whatever your case may be? How much do you need uh, for your basic needs? And now, when you look at this, you have mortgage, a rent, utilities, food, clothing, transportation, childcare, medical expenses. Now, you may have more. In my basic need, I put in my own personal savings plan, right? In my best basic needs. So my savings become like my utility bill. Once I pay my utility bill, I do not expect the utility company to send me my money back. So the same thing should happen with your savings. Once you put money into your personal savings account, don't expect to take it out, uh, except for an emergency. So now, if you're going to be part of this program, you must have a budget of your basic needs. And you notice in there, there's nothing in there about bills or what have you. This is just the things that you need in order for you to survive from month to month, or like I said, from week to week. Now, the reason why I ask that you find family members and friends, because there is strength in numbers. So people that are in uh, my club, we'll call thousandaires. You know, there are millionaires and billionaires, but nobody talks a lot about thousandaires. And all of us, there are much more, many more thousandaires than there are billionaires and millionaires. So there's strength in numbers. It says here, when a community is organized, I mean organized and clearly organized for everybody to understand the rules, around the same goal, each member brings a skill set, knowledge, and their own unique experiences that bring strength to the community, giving them a better chance of achieving their goals, a better chance of achieving their goals better than those who choose to go it alone. So this statement is designed to go beyond the statement of every man for himself and God for us all. But I think that what this class is teaching is that we join together. There is strength in numbers. So we are able to have a lot more strength when we begin to work together as a group. And I would hope that, and we're going to spend some time after this class, and where we can talk a little bit about the strength in numbers and how that works and how that is designed to help us. So if you came in a little late, we said that we talked about a personal savings account, and now we're talking about joining together with others to have the mindset. Okay, now things you can do working as a community investment club. An investment club is really something like an S corporation or LLC. But during and after this pandemic, we need not go back to business as usual or some of the strategies that we used in the past. Now we're thinking outside the box. And what we can do now is that the law does allow us, and we've done the research on what the law will allow what we call non-accredited investors to do. We've learned about private offerings, which is just simply saying an investment club, a private investment club. So we are stronger as a community, and usually it's everybody in the community. We're stronger as a community of people. So now the purpose of an investment club, and when I say investment club, I am just talking about people coming together to work together for the betterment of themselves. That's what this is about. Coming together, working together in a peaceful, orderly, and efficient manner to brainstorm and research opportunities in which to invest for potential financial gain. So what we're saying at this point is that in my generation, during my time, the thought was, and the plan was, and the goal was to go to school, get a good education, and prepare yourself so that you can get a good paying job. This is still a goal that we should be looking forward to. But on the other hand, if we cannot find a job, we can create a job. So when an investment club is managed well, it enables a group of people to do collectively what they cannot do individually, which benefit the members collectively as well as individually. So we are teaching that what we want to do different than what we did before is that we want to become part of the capitalist class. We want to produce something. We want to manage something as a group of people. Now, one person with $1,000 is not very impactful, but a group of people with $1,000 can make a difference in your life and in your community and in this country. So thinking outside of the box, How are we going to move forward during and after this pandemic? One of the things that we need to learn how to do is to work together. And that's what we're teaching. And I feel the reason why I teach this, regardless of who believe it, regardless of anyone who does not believe it, that I have to do this because I feel that this is my latter-day calling, which I thought was going to be very easy. But I'm discovering that more and more people, sometimes it seems, looking for help. We expect the government to bail us out. We expect our friends to bail us out. We expect our parents to bail us out. But there's a responsibility that we're teaching that we need to take for our own selves. We can do a lot as we work together. And let me give you an example, a biblical example. In the book of Acts, Peter was thrown in jail and put in shackles in jail. And the church prayed for Peter, like the church is praying for us today. The church is praying that this pandemic is over soon. The church is praying that we find a vaccine. The church is praying that things get better. This is what the church in Acts was doing when it was praying for Peter in jail. Now, the Lord heard the prayers of the church and dispatched an angel to the jailhouse to release Peter. But here's some things I want you to see. Peter was in the shackles. He could not get out of the shackles. So the angel opened the shackles for him. But the angel told him, you put on your shoes. So the angels did what Peter could not do, but Peter could put on his shoes. And he did as the angel said. He put his shoes on and began to follow the angel. Now they came to a gate. Peter could not open that gate. So the angel did what Peter could not do. The angel opened the gate. But Peter had to walk to the church where the church was praying for him. And then when Peter got there, he had to knock on the door. And then when he got there, he had to tell his story. So I'm saying that in this particular situation, the Lord did what Peter could not do. But Peter was required to do what he could do. And this is the same with us today. What we teach today is do what we can do to help ourselves, and let's not blame others for our misdeed or our situation. So it enables the members to do collectively what they cannot do individually. So this is the purpose of an investment club. This is why you want to come together. And we have done the research, not all the research on investing, but we have done the research on investing among ourselves. And we know how to legally do that without violating any security laws. Once again, this is thinking outside the box. Thinking outside the box. And I hope you get that concept. This is not the way we thought yesterday, a year ago, or 10 years ago. We're moving forward with a new kind of leadership. And I think this. I think that we have done a tremendous taken a tremendous amount of energy to vote. And I think that voting is our right and it's a noble thing to do. But after we voted in November, we are probably still in the same financial situation that we were when we voted. So I am saying now the next civil rights movement The next thing that we need to organize and do is organize our finances. Because we've made tremendous gain educationally. We've made tremendous gains socially. And we've made, by the grace of God, gains spiritually in our relationship with God. Now is our time, and if I were preaching, I would say church, now is our time to develop ourselves economically. This is our next area. This is how we should move in 2021. Now, the power of 35 investors. If each 35 people have $1,000, collectively, you have $35,000. And the problem that we face is working with other people with that $1,000. Millions of low and middle income wage earners with $1,000 can invest among themselves to purchase. How about your own car? Now, if you're a person, remember we talked about being a slave to credit scores and credit? If you're trying to buy a car, and if you have a low credit score, you're going to be paying double-digit interest on buying your car. So you're buying a car for $5,000, paying 27% interest on it, or 20% interest, or 18% interest. But it's going to be double-digit if you got low credit scores, you're trying to buy a car. And if you're trying to buy a $10,000 car, you can almost buy a car for everybody in the whole group for $10,000. But you don't have to go to the dealership and worry about if you're going to get the credit, is somebody going to grant you credit? And creditors, people that loan you money, they want to loan the money to the people with the highest credit score, and they try to charge those people with the high credit scores as much interest as they can. So you have a choice if you're part of an investment club. Housing, the same thing. And groups of 35 people could buy a house cash. How about starting a small business? Now, here's what happened in the past. Mr. Brown down the street started his own cleaning business. And sometimes they even start the cleaning business in the community. The people in the community goes to Mr. Brown's business and for the cleaning of their clothes, their garments. So for Mr. Brown, if he's not successful in his business, that business is lost in the community. And then we don't have anywhere to go to get our clothes cleaned. What we're saying with an investment club is that a group of people could own a cleaning business. And you hire people to work in that business. And if you're a person that knows how to work in that business, you can work in that business and earn money. And you can also earn money through your investment club as the business makes money. So here's what we're saying. If the business that you invest in is successful, investors will have a perpetual income over the life of that business. So I hope that everyone is beginning to understand what I'm saying here. 10 people, 5 people, 15 people, whatever that group of people that you have. If you own that business, if you own your own Denny's, if you own your own McDonald's, then as that business is operated, it generates income. Usually that income goes to one particular owner. I know one person that owns several McDonald's restaurants. But all of the money that the restaurants are making goes to that one owner. But if you're a group of people and you own your business just like a McDonald's franchise, then all of you working together, and as that business make money, you make money sitting at home. Then you hire somebody to manage that restaurant for you. Then those people that you hire out of the community, now you're strengthening the community. This is what we got to do. We cannot go back to the old way of doing things. Now we're saying coming together, owning something that produces money. I have a friend that's looking at buying a truck. The thing is that truck is going to earn money. If the group owns that church, then what the truck makes goes back to the group. The group just pays somebody to do whatever, to drive the truck and to do those kinds of things that keep the truck going. That's just one example of things that we can do where we can own our own business. Now, join an investment group if you can answer yes to all of the questions listed below. Now, this is, you join an investment group, but this is the new kind of thinking. This is the new way that you got to do things. Do you believe that a group of people with many voices can act as one voice? We show you how to do that. We show you how to work together and act as one voice. Can you see how that the strength of a group of people is always stronger than the strength of one individual? If you join hands with me, can we be stronger than you doing it by yourself? And then I think that I used to have a pastor named Pastor Harris. And he always say, if you take care of business, business will take care of you. So business is done by writing things down. And as you move forward in your business, you go by what is written down. And as a group, you have a chance to change anything you want to change. But write down your feeling, write down your opinion, write down your operating procedures. Taking care of business. Business will take care of you. And are you willing to stand by what you write to the best of your ability? Once you write it, once you get an understanding of what you have written, then as a group of people working together, you got to go by what you've written down and change what you have written when it's the consensus of the group to do that. Are you willing to respect the opinion of others? Because everybody in a group of people don't have the same ideas. So everybody have their own opinion. So this is why you work together as a group. Are you willing to abide by the decision of the group? So there's a way that you vote on things. When the group vote on something, even if you don't agree with it, are you willing to go along with that of the group? And then this is my own personal thing, and I'm not a employee of PayPal, but there is a whole new way that we do business nowadays and how we transfer money among ourselves. And PayPal is one of the best groups that I have for what I do. I'm not saying that it is better or superior to any other group, but this is what I use. And this is what I say to people that join my group. So, okay, this is what an investment club looks like. Uh, you have the investment club members. These members vote on what they want done. This is what I'm talking about when you write stuff down. The members up here decide. Now, these are the people that carry out the wishes of the group. These people down here cannot act independent of the group. They can only do what they are instructed to do by the group members, the investment club members. So everybody is participating, but everybody is not in the day-to-day operation of things, how things are done. These people down here report. You can make it once a month, twice a month, or every week. But that's the decision of the investment club members. So that is what the this program is all about. And so as we come, if there are any questions anyone might have, and I would just appreciate, it doesn't have to be something that you think I may agree with. I would just appreciate anyone that say, okay, I got a feedback. I think it's a good plan, or I don't think it's a good plan. I don't think it can be done. And because it does not matter. It does not matter in what we are saying, because as my grandmother would say, it's all going to come out in the wash. You know, like whatever people say, well, I don't know what's going to take place, but I can tell you this, that all of this is going to come out in just a few years, in just a few short months, I think. And then what are we going to do? Are we organized? Are we ready to work together? All right. So do you have any questions? Okay. Okay. I see that there are no questions. I want to thank everybody for joining. And say, oh, that's my sister. Hi, Sister Linda. Hi. Oh, thanks for joining. Thanks for joining. And